All right, here's your sneak peek. Can you guess what we got done? What do you guys think about this custom bumper that we're working on? That is gonna be awesome. Wait till you see that. Project Lomax. Welcome to Whiskey Dance. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Turds are burping. There's no wind, which is a definite win. So today we're gonna be working on the 74 cab over GMC, as well as Lomax, our 1966 F600 that we converted to a pickup. We're also giving that one away. Go to whiskeydance.myshopify.com and get your sticker to win. So without further ado, let's work on some stuff. What we will be starting with is Pirate Jack's brake master, as well as the booster. We're gonna get all that mocked up and see if I need anything else. And then we're gonna get that flywheel and clutch thrown in there. Probably get the bell housing on there, throw up bearing, get everything ready to lift the transmission up into place so we can install it. I need to get another jack because, it's not super heavy, but heavier than I want to try to struggle with. So. Also, the other day when I met Arco from Outlaw Edge, this is his company, he gave me some merchandise. What was an awesome t-shirt. He also recommended that I try these pocket pry bars. So he got in touch with Pocket Pry Bar and they sent me these pocket size pry bars. And I gotta tell you, I've only had them a couple days, but I absolutely love them. They're very handy, compact, and well built. So you'd be surprised how many times you actually need something like that in your pocket. Whether it's opening a can of pop or something you can't quite get, or a can of paint, or who knows. All right, let's get this hood open, see what we're dealing with. Have any of you guys watched The Home Wrencher yet? He's a bigger channel than mine. He gave me a shout out the other day, said he wants to work on some stuff, and I would absolutely love to. So we're probably gonna make that happen. I don't know what his schedule looks like or what mine looks like, but I'm sure we're gonna figure something out. And from that angle, you can't see this, so let's come over here. Also, Honest Peyton's Speed Shop. They're still doing their drawing or whatever to win 10 tickets to win this. Plus, he's got second and third place, I believe. So, yeah, go over there and support him, would you please? You know what? Maybe I'll just grab the camera and we'll get a little closer. All right, so here's what we are dealing with. I don't know if you can see that the master cylinder they tried to put in there was just a little bit smaller than the other one. I don't know if they drilled some holes in there, or if those are factory holes, or what's going on. But for anybody that's not familiar how these work, I believe that there is a larger master cylinder there, and then there's one line out that goes underneath to the booster. And the booster obviously is ran off this vacuum line. So the booster then split front to back, and I believe it went to another master cylinder and booster for the extra axle that was behind this, if that makes sense. So basically what we're gonna have to do is probably run all new brake lines, front and rear, which I'm completely fine with. I mean, these ones do look good, for their age, but it's kind of kinked up and whatever else. And, everything's pretty much wide open, so I really don't feel like it'd be that hard to run these lines. So, just another special thank you to Arco. He has really been helping me out with the sponsorship side of this. I have all kinds of companies right now sending me tools because of him and his knowledge of the game. So I appreciate it, buddy. And I will see you June 9th up in Big Fork, Minnesota for the drag racing event that he's got going on up there. So check it out. I'll leave something at the end of the video and probably in the description so you can get a little more information. But if you need, any specifics or whatever else, like classes and whatnot, you could probably just, reach him. It's Outlaw Edge on YouTube. Okay. So years ago, my wife wanted me to make a coffee table for her. And we used it for a while, just like it is. I mean, it was nice then. This is 6-7 years ago. Anyways, I use this darn thing more than probably any tool in my shop. It's perfect. It's sturdy to stand on. I can set transmissions on it or whatever. Plenty strong. Gets me up when I'm working on big vehicles so I can reach all that stuff. I would suggest making one yourself. Plus, there's a nice platform on the top. Plenty of room to walk back and forth. I wouldn't get too close to the edge. You want to know why? Yeah, I may have fallen once or twice. And since we're here, I have a socket that can remove those now. I think we're going to pull these wheels off and flip them. So they're sticking way out, so that it matches this reveal rather than, way hiding in there. Let's see what it looks like, huh? Sometimes you need to get a little bit creative when you're doing this stuff by yourself. So you see those 2 bolts right there? There are nuts on the back, and obviously I'm only one person. So what I have in mind is to send out this tool that I haven't mailed to David Law yet because I'm still waiting on his t-shirt. But the plan is I'm going to squeeze on there and then we'll back them off from the other side. I think it'll work. Old master cylinder is out. I don't need any of that stuff going down anymore, and I just cut the brake line off because I don't need any of that either. The original brackets do have some type of a nut welded on there. Oh, never mind. All right, well, we're gonna figure that out. Anyways, a little tiny fuse box. Wonder why there's a screw in there. Hold the fuse in or something. One other thing that I would recommend, just in case, like save this hardware, the push rod and whatever. Sorry about the crappy camera work. And then this is the piece that goes through your brake pedal and then we'll go through here. Hopefully that's the right size because I don't believe I have the one that goes with it, so better check it real quick. Beautiful. Okay. The only other thing I need to check is the distance between here and here, if they're going to be the same as that. One thing nice about this kit, if that's not correct, I can flip one in or one out. Hopefully we can make it work, but it looks the same. So this is exactly why you replace brake lines. I barely even touched this and it snapped right off at that fitting. So if you could imagine the amount of pressure that goes on there the first time you're driving down the road or whenever, and that comes loose and you have no brakes, well, then you have a problem. So better safe than sorry. I took the master off of here to see if these are going to line up. Looks like I'm going to have to switch these brackets quick. I'll show you how to do it. Basically, this side will go on that side on this side. Nothing too serious. We'll get that swapped out and then we'll try it again. All right, it's too funny not to share. I told this joke about a year ago. Oh, that reminds me. Today is the 1-year anniversary of me starting my YouTube journey. Anyways, 3-legged dog walks into a bar. It says, "Which one of y'all shot my paw?" Welcome to Whiskey Dads. So apparently I misspoken. These holes, even if you flip them, they're in the exact same spot. I'm a little concerned about how close this is going to sit to my valve cover once it's actually in place. I'm gonna have a little bit of room, so it should be all right, but I am going to need to make a blank off plate so that I can close. Here, maybe I just need one more hand. I'll drop my phone. You guys all right? Whoops. I think what I'm actually going to do is just get the correct master cylinder, or one that was designed for this, because I was going to use that one on the crew cab anyway. So that's the plan. Oops. What do you guys want to work on? Should we start working on the clutch, or should we start working on the bumper of Oscar here? How about both? How about we'll screw around with that clutch for a little bit, and then we'll revisit that bumper deal. I just thought of something. The crew cab was an F600 as well, or at least his front cab was. I have a bracket right there. I'm gonna have to modify it a little bit, but I think we can make that work. So grab this piece and see what we're looking at. It's gigantic. Let me pop these off of here, and then we'll see what they look like on there. Might have to just scratch this whole idea. Yeah, I would have to modify that as well, and this bracket is sticking way further out, so I don't really care for that either. So, I guess I'm going to see if I can get the right master cylinder. See what happens. I think on the F100s they're right here, and it's only 2 bolt. I don't know, I guess I could go look at an F100. It's one thing nice about having some extra vehicles around here. Can we see anything? Ouch, that was heavy. Okay, so that's how those are laid out. Different, very different. Okay, well, I just smashed the ever living crap out of my foot. Yeah, on to the next plan. I guess the next thing we should probably do is pick that heavy transmission up and set it on there so that we can drill the new holes. Super excited about this. I'm not. I don't know what this weighs, but I think it's enough. Holy shit. Pardon my French. That's heavy. All right, plan B. What we'll do, we just set her like that. Okay, looks like we're drilling all the holes. These holes aren't big enough. I don't know if I like that either. But we got to do it. Oh, yeah, we got bigger problems. Come over here, we'll look at it. Okay, I thought we had bigger problems. We're good. So Ford or whoever decided to put this bolt right here, bolt hole, and that is going to save us. So I do need to drill this bottom one, and then I'll drill this one. That's not going to hit anything, obviously, because there's nothing behind it. But you can see that's a solid casting mark, or casting, you know, whatever. That's where we can drill. And then they have a tab up here for that as well. So got lucky. I was getting a little nervous there. I don't think that I have 5/16 drill bit, or excuse me, 5/8. I think that's about what that is. We may have to push this off for another day too. Man, we are just killing today. Maybe we should just drag that thing in and do some work on it. Let's see if I got a drill bit first. I found some drill bits that'll work. They're real close. You don't want to get too big because you have a whole lot of room for movement, and that's bad. First thing I'm going to do is drill the top 2 holes on the transmission so that I can get these bolts in there and tight. Then I will mark where I need to drill my other holes. That way everything is exactly where it needs to be. Well, looks like we are moving on to the next thing. I was gonna step bit that, but I don't wanna get too close to that edge. So I just need to get the right size drill bit. Got all these drill bits, but most of them are like 1/2 inch or smaller, and then I got a couple that are, you know, obviously quite a bit bigger. 23, 30 seconds. And those are just too big. So I don't want to take any more of this material out than I absolutely have to. If you know what I mean. So I'm going to put that back in its cave. Get this stuff cleaned up quick. And then we'll start monkeying with that bumper. We can do the layout for our lights. Get all the mounting hardware put on there so that we can get it on mounted up. And once I get it all fit and everything looking good, then we can pull it off and clean it up and paint it and whatever else. All kinds of good stuff. There's a car show coming up second Wednesday of the month. And one of these better be ready. I'd really like to take Lomax. Just because the only people that have seen it is a few people that stop over. And I tell you what, there's quite a few rubberneckers driving down the road. They're always peeking down here to see what I got going on. Well, that thing gets any heavier. Any guys ever have to swing one of these when you were a kid? Do you even know what it is? Do you want a demonstration on how it works? I am a master. I stole this from my dad about 4 or 5 years ago, I think. He's probably still looking for it. Like the rest of the tools I used when I was younger. Do me a favor and go check out Honest Peyton Speed Shop for me, please. It's a father-daughter team, and they're working on late 20s and early 30s Fords. Pretty sweet. And Truck Norris. All right, here's your demonstration. If you're older, you want to stretch out a little bit. It's kind of like when you're up to bat. So basically what you want to do is really twist on it. And then if you're good, you can get it on your backswing. See what I mean? Or if you're incredibly strong, got that old man strength, you just one-handed. It looks a lot like Ken Griffey Jr.'s swing. So smooth, so smooth. Tiger Woods, back when he could play. That's it, now you know. Do you guys remember the first episode that I drove this? I backed it into where it is now, and I ran into the fence in my other project vehicle, and I ran this bumper over. Well, that's the damage that it sustained right there. So you guys aren't going to want to see this, but I'm going to tip this thing up and beat the crap out of it with whatever that is. I don't know if you call it a sledgehammer or not. So that's the plan. I'm going to beat on it, and then I'm going to go set it on that table that it's probably too heavy for, and then we'll get to laying out. You know when your wife tries to throw something away and you're like, no, I'll take that, I can use it. And then it sits for a year or 10, and you finally use it. She tried throwing this carpet away, this rug, this area rug, quite a while ago, and this is going to save me from scratching my bumper up. Yeah, what do you think about that, guys? Turn this whole episode around. I'm winning again. All right, let me grab some hearing protection and the BFH, and we'll mistreat it. All right, it's time to pound on it. I thought I'd bring Thor out here, you know, so he knows exactly what to do when he grows up. So, man, that cleaned up nice, didn't it? A little wire wheel action. Somebody said something about heat treating it or turning it blue, or I don't remember exactly. I asked him how to do it and he never responded. So. No harm, no foul. Straight as an arrow-ish. It's good enough for my house. And you guys been watching classic car revivals? Been working on square bodies out the wazoo. All he's doing is dumping gas in on it. It's not even a challenge anymore. Just pop right off. That and Matt over at OK Speed Shop working on Thunder Chickens and square bodies. And he's got a pretty sweet, I think it's a 56 Chevy pickup on air ride. He needs to bring that one back. Finish her up. What do you think, buddy? Good idea? Yeah, I know. All right, does anyone remember what we did last time? Basically, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna leave these up just a little bit. It might increase the chances of it not getting broken. These also have the backup lights in them. I'm going to put these on a toggle switch inside. I'm also going to put probably some type of backup light up higher on the truck itself, so that when you put it in reverse, or when you hit the toggle, I should say, you'll actually be able to see behind you. Another thing that I would recommend is these holes here. A lot of guys will just run sheet metal screws through them or whatever in through your bumper. The only problem with that is once they start to rust, guaranteed the first time you got to take these bulbs out, if you got any problems, you're going to break them off and you're going to end up re-drilling or screwing around, whatever else. So why not just get the right size bolt and nut and put them on the correct way. We'll need a hole on each end, and then I also need to drill a little bit larger diameter hole in the middle for all of our wiring. And then I got 8 of these red lights. I was thinking I was just gonna evenly space them all the way across, just across the bottom. And then I also have a couple, 2, 3 of these. Should probably put some power to them. Pretty sure these are orange. So what I wanted to do was, once I get a cap on this, I'll put an orange one here as well. You know, just an extra marker light. You really don't need it. Legally, you don't need it. But I don't know. I just kind of want this thing to light up at night and look good. So, what else do we got going on? I think legally you're supposed to have a light for your license plate, but I was thinking about mounting that on that that bracket that goes on the back of the engine. I mean, you can still see it from the rear, right? Makes sense to me. If I get pulled over, they're probably just going to talk about this sweet ride anyway. So I'm gonna get all this laid out, get some holes drilled. You guys can see what I'm talking about here. And yeah, I'll be back. So enjoy the time lapse. All right, so this is where we're at so far. You can see it. I pretty much just centered them up on there. They're not bolted down yet, they're just loose. I am gonna take these over to my battery and see which ones are red. Just make sure I got the right number. So I don't need to screw around and order anymore. So we'll see what's what. So apparently these 3 are red and the other 8 or whatever it is are orange. So looks like we're going to be copycatting what we did on Lomax. Maybe that's what I was thinking before. I guess I don't really remember. And besides that, it's a big rig, right? I think they have 3 in the middle anyway, so I'll probably keep these ones a little bit lower just in case I'm ever forced to have a license plate back here. Or if we need to put a receiver. Actually, maybe I should keep it up a little bit higher. Yes, I think that's a much better idea. So I'm sure if we put a receiver on, it's probably going to be somewhere lower because the back end of that thing does sit up pretty high. So yeah, only put these lights up high. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is mark center because that's where we want it. And if you guys don't remember this trick I showed you a while back, 94. So if you don't know what 94 is, simply just fold your tape up, take a peek at it. Right down there to the 47. Imagine that. What are the odds? Another way to do it is you take 90 and divide that by 2, you'd have your 45, and then you take that last 4 and you divide that by 2, right? So then you'd have 47. Or you can do it this way, whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's Common Core math. I don't know. Anyway, 47. Mark 47. And you say 6 inches apart. 6 and 6. We'll bring her down about 2 3/4. One thing you should really do is, I know I'm doing it now, you should try to limit the amount of writing on with your marker that you can do on surfaces you're going to paint, because you're going to have to sand it all off, otherwise it's going to pop out of the paint typically. anyways. All right, one more small tip. Make sure you read the instructions and it'll tell you what size drill bit you actually need for this grommet. Because if you go too big, I didn't, but if you did, it would be all loose and sloppy in there, and you don't want your light falling out. So make sure you have the right drill bit. And maybe a little bit of lube or something wouldn't hurt, but you just want to press them down in there. And once you get it in there, it's not coming out unless you had, you know, like a little tiny pry bar. One of these pocket pry bars. I bet that would get that out of there if you really wanted to. Well, there it is in all its glory. If you can see it completely, but yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. Should look cool. Another thing that we're gonna do, I still need to weld some angle irons on the bottom, because that's how I'm gonna attach my mud flaps. I need filler pieces for the sides. I need to drill a couple of holes up here, I think. What I'll do, no, never mind. I'm gonna weld some angle irons on the inside, and I'll have holes drilled in those so that none of the mounting hardware will be visible. It'll basically just be the same width as this. So then I can just run, you know, 3 bolts in or whatever to hold it. And if I need to, I can run something, you know, down or whatever. I think I'm going to get away from the fender, what I was going to build fenders. I don't think that's going to be in the budget. I may still do it, but it's not going to be anytime soon. I am, however, going to build the toolbox for right here. And this whole exposed, you know, open frame, whatever, all this will have diamond plate on it. I'm going to go up as far as I can, maybe like here, and then I'll just kind of jog around it or something. I was going to do skirts that came down too, but I'm going to leave it exposed like that for now. The whole frame is going to get painted white. I want all of it to be white. So shouldn't look too bad. And I got to pull that tank off. And I got these big old saddle tanks over here that we're going to put. I know 100 gallons or whatever of fuel, gas I should say, is an awful lot to be toting around. So what I may do is cut one of those up on the backside and make it a battery box or something. I'm not exactly sure yet, but I'd like to do something with it. Maybe one will just be hanging here for fun. We'll see. I suppose I could hook it up, but then just valve it so where if we're going on a long trip, you could fill it if you needed to. Maybe that's what I'll do. What else? I haven't decided if I'm gonna just keep running the exhaust out and then run it out here or out the back or what I want to do. I'd kind of like to put some stacks on this, but they'd just be hanging out in the middle of nowhere because all this needs to tip up so it swings out. And I don't want to monkey with that, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Just run it out a little bit further and then dump it down, run it out the back, get crazy with it. So I'm out of welding gas, so I won't be able to finish this either. Man, we're just winning today. What do you think? Should we swap one of them tires out quick, flip her around, see what it looks like? Yeah, let's do that. So this is how I change a tire. I get my jack underneath and I start lifting it just enough so that the tire is almost off the ground, but there's still weight on it. then you break your tires loose. And it looks like I was trying to use the extension that I packed full of bread to get that bearing out. So look at that. This pocket pry bar saves the day again. Anyways, I'm gonna bust all these loose, and then I'll show you when I'm putting the tire back on. I think we're gonna love it. Ugh. They must have had a big impact on this thing when they ugga-duggered it. This cheater bar isn't big enough, so I went and got this thing. You want to see how to break a ratchet? Not my power torques. I have really leaned on these things. This one's trying to twist off on me. Should have been using the Craftsman. It was snapped off right away. Hey O'Reilly, can you send me another one? Please? Huge fan. I could be your ambassador. All right, so I got an older Craftsman extension. And I'm pretty sure the old ones are good. The new ones, not so much. Cross your fingers. Holy crap. I wonder if I should get some safety glasses. Ouch! I think I need to cut the end off of this. Whew, I'm really on there. Let's try it one more time. Take 3. Why not? Yeah, here goes nothing. Oh, some of these lug nuts on the older vehicles are reversed. Can't remember if this side is or not. I busted one loose. Anyways, let's see if we can't hurt ourselves or break something. Oh, ouch. Ugh, getting too old for this stuff. Oh, yeah. Well, honestly, I would have to say that this Power Torx has probably been the best 1/2-inch ratchet that I've ever owned. And I have leaned on this thing so many times, and it finally let loose on me. So I commend you. Well, maybe I should get the right tools for the job. I'll get 1.5-inch socket with 3/4-inch drive, and I'll go get a bigger breaker from work on the old Monday. Man, I just can't believe it. I'm totally gonna take this O'Reilly's and see what they say. Just for a good laugh, anyways. Well, that's really on there. They're gonna be, oh, we can't warranty it. You had a Craftsman extension on there. So, come on! I thought they'd warranty as long as it had all the pieces. I give up. This 2 weeks in a row that nothing really went right. There's a 3. You know, if I wouldn't have borrowed my 1/2-inch breaker bar to Classic Car Revivals, I probably wouldn't have broke that ratchet. You know, last ditch effort. Let's try the mini bar. What do you think? Come on, you can do it! Oh, with ease, man. These pocket pry bars Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Can you believe that? Where is it? Focus. Come on, you can do it. No, can't. Anyways, it says pocket prybar on there. You need the right tools for the job. That's one of them. Get yourself a pocket prybar right now. Well, I hate to break it to you, but I'm out of time. I gotta go. Got stuff to do. It's my son's high school graduation today. Congratulations, Bracken. I love you. Have fun in Florida. Kid's gonna jump in a car with his buddy and they're gonna drive down to Florida for a week or whatever. Give themselves a little graduation present or whatever. Should be a good time. Stay out of trouble, boys. Do the exact opposite of what I would do. Please. Anyways, we got some exciting things coming up soon. I've picked up quite a few awesome sponsors. One of them is Greasy's Garage. I'll leave a link in the description. You can go check him out. Basically, he has like hand washing supplies, soap, was it knuckle, drawing a blank. I don't know, knuckle butter, something like that. But yeah, hopefully that shows up in the mail any day now, and then I can show you guys exactly how well it works. I'm not going to tell you about the rest of them, but please go check out all of my friends, especially Classic Car Revivals. And it's not Outlaw Customs, that's their business, but it's Outlaw Edge, Arco over there. He's a master builder. He's a sheet metal magician. He knows what he's doing. Amazing guy. He's very cool. I talk to him every day. So, who else? Matt from OK Speed Shop. Awesome guy. Clean, family-oriented channel. He's got his kids on there once in a while. Very enjoyable to watch. He's still struggling, but he'll figure out how to get a small block Chevy to run. Anyways, don't forget to check out Glenn/Hank. I'm calling him Glank now. Glank over at 1776 Garage. Tanner Rebuilds. He worked on a lawnmower last night. Ripping around his yard. I think it was a 66. I don't remember the brand, but it's awesome. Who else? Oh, did you guys catch Hodgepodge Dodge Garage episode last week? He gave myself and my brother, Classic Car Revivals, an awesome shout out at the end of his video. I really appreciate it, man. Guys, go check him out if you would, please. Who else? The list just keeps getting longer and longer. Home Wrencher, that guy's awesome. What is Meek Speed Shop, or I can't remember. I'll leave links in the descriptions and whatever else. So anyways, thanks again for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I also reply to every single comment still. You want to try me? Try me. Maybe the last person to comment on this video, by the start of next week's video, I'll send you a gift. So last comment wins. See if you can beat me. Well, technically that doesn't really count, but how about Friday, next Friday at noon, last comment wins. I'll make it good. So anyways, see you guys later. Bye. Well, once again, everything really didn't go according as planned, but that's the great thing about having 3 projects. Yeah. One doesn't quite work, or you need parts or whatever. Hey, work on the next one. It's just like my backup plan out there in the garage. This crew cab. Every time it rains or it's too windy or whatever, we're going to be in here, busting knuckles on this thing. Car show's coming up in like 2 weeks. Oh, sorry about the crappy camera work. Car show's coming up in 2 weeks. I got to have Lomax done. And, with a little bit of luck and some hard work, I think I could have Oscar there too. Because that one's about ready to run and drive. So, it's just putting bumpers on there and cosmetic stuff. I mean, it might not be the prettiest thing once it gets there, but it ain't going to look bad. And stay tuned because that one's actually going up for sale like soon. Like, this YouTube stuff's getting expensive, so just turning and burning projects. As soon as I get Lomax and Oscar done, that means we get to grab that International Lodestar and I can't wait to get my hands on that. I don't know what the plan is yet. I kind of want to go gigantic 4-wheel drive, to be honest with you. Make my own box. Yeah, we'll see. Something with highway gears in it too. You know, that'll get like 10 miles to the gallon. Whatever. But yeah, like 38s or 40-inch tires on it or something. Something ridiculous. Something where people are like, what in the heck was that guy thinking? Or, man, he must have a tiny one. One more thing. Don't forget to have yourself a good day. Get out in the garage and do something. I'll leave you with some words of wisdom. My dad used to always tell me, you're sitting in my chair. That's deep. Think about that for a while. Bye. Don't worry. I'll be back tomorrow. I promise. Love you.